Live now, Ron.
Hey.
And closing out my YouTube channel so I don't hear that echo and it doesn't come upon the live stream. But there's a notification that I'm now live thanks to StreamYard. So I have a
StreamYard.
What's that?
Thank God for them. Otherwise, we wouldn't have known you were live.
Right? They're guaranteeing it, I guess. Although I will say, I don't know where the problem is, but the last few times after we've done a stream or I've done a stream, the processing on the video has been, I mean, it doesn't like get rendered and processed until like the next day, like hours, you know? I don't know. I mean, if people still have the link, you can get to it, but I can get to it and put it out, but it'll show on my YouTube studio that it's still processing the video. I don't know if that's YouTube, StreamYard, or who, but it's not like, I knew before it was, you know, it took maybe 5-10 minutes before it might show up on my channel.
You know, I think it's because of Barbarian. Pretty sure it's his fault.
Oh yeah, it's got to be that that dirtbag. He's going to sabotage everything, right?
He says, "Hello, Mr. Beatty." Mike Cross is here. Big Beatty for the win.
Hello, everybody. Yeah, I put this on. I just put a link on Facebook, so might get some people that normally haven't been in. Although you think Mike Cross went in that cover. Speaking of which, let's talk about that. I have a 400 subscriber giveaway I have to get to, and I'm only 9 away from 500. So when we push those 9 subs, when I get over 500, and I want to get a couple over 500 in case a few people drop, which is normal. Gonna have two giveaways real quick. So anyway, I guess it's time for me to be quiet and start inking. I mean, I suppose.
If you must.
I must. I don't think they came here just to hear me talk, right?
They may have.
They may have. I don't know.
Mike said good luck to the future winners.
Yeah, I tell you. He can tell you all about the winning. Just tapping a little of this pencil away. That's my normal procedure. Lighten it down a bit.
Mike came for the hand jives.
It's been a while, but let's see. I'll do a slow roll into a reverse twist. How you like that one? A thumbs up, a knuckle crack, and a reverse twirl out of the camera. Hello, Shannon Mashburn. Now, see, I slowed that down, but that's just some of the moves Mike Cross is talking about there. I slowed that down so that you could enjoy it at a slower speed.
What's up for making you learn it?
That's right. I don't know if this camera could pick it up at full speed. It would go by so fast, it'd just be like a blur. It'd be like the Flash when he needs to do something. He just blurs through it, you know, vibrates through it. Hey, Kiwi.
So what's the tape on that for?
Just because this book is, you know, normally on my smaller little boards, I tape down a piece of this craft paper so that the back doesn't get dirty from
on your pen.
Oh, because it's my new one.
Okay.
So It's the newest of the new. So I want to know which one's my best point. And after this one gets worn in a little bit more, I'll change it out. I'll take the tape off and tape a new one. I used to really, be a little more diligent in doing that, like at conventions, because I would just throw them all in a bag and I would open up maybe 2 or 3 new ones over the course of a 3-day show if needed. And then once they get thrown in the bag, it would be like, oh, which one was the newest one now? Because I try not to abuse the points of the new ones too much until they get broken.
Now, Neil likes using that pen.
I showed Neil this pen, but he doesn't use the double barrel one like me. He just uses the one that has the fine tip. It's a blue one. This one has a double. So if I want to go heavier, actually that has some fibers on it.
Sean's here for the dialogue.
That's right. Sean is here for the dialogue. How you doing, my brother? We enjoy the dialogue.
The art is a bonus.
That's right.
So how are you doing up there, Sean? Day off, went for a bike ride, now he's home.
Well, sounds like a fairly good day.
He ate some trail mix.
Well, Ron, I had that Hustle matcha green tea in the can this morning.
Yeah, how'd that go for you?
Not too good. Wasn't what I was expecting.
The taste?
Huh?
The taste?
Yeah. You can taste the lemon and lime, but the matcha really overpowers it. So let's just say it's not gonna replace my Spindrift, which has, replaced my LaCroix.
So there's a question from Kiwi. Is the Secret World cover
Kiwi?
that you did a few months ago, the colorist, did he use watercolors or some kind of paint?
Which one, Kiwi? If it was a sketch cover, that was me, and I just used Copic gray markers on it for the smoke.
Well, at least your hands aren't all jittery from the caffeine.
I believe what they say about the caffeine in the matcha. I did feel it, but no shakes, and I'm having what am I having? Like about 12 ounces or a little bit more, maybe 14 of coffee right now. Of course, I just started that, so that won't hit me until maybe when I'm done with this.
Kiwi said the 30th anniversary one.
My recreation or the sketch cover though, I because that one wasn't colored. That was just me doing a recreation of the original. It was on my Twitter account. You probably saw it.
Marvel Superheroes Secret Wars.
Yeah, I know that. But if it was just the recreation, that's just black and white. There was no color. The original was just colored on a photostat and then printed in color.
Kiwi, can you post the link?
I don't think viewers can just post links. I don't think they go through.
Oh, okay. Because I honestly don't know what he's talking about. So we had the 2-hour class, and towards the end of it, a person asks, "How are you holding the charcoal?" And he's like, "You just watched me for 2 hours holding the charcoal. I'm showing you how to hold the charcoal." She's like,
Really?
"Yeah, but." She's like, but how are you holding it?" He's like, "Flat. I've told you hold it flat." And I guess she's just having trouble with it. And he's like, "There's no secret. You just have to practice."
That's funny.
So after the line work, and then you start putting down the really heavy shadows, it gets to that point you're like, "Oh no, I've ruined everything." But then it comes back around.
Yep.
All right, let's see. He posted the link. Well, it's not. Do you have a link to the specific piece, or did you mean from the original cover, Kiwi? Yeah, the link just pulled up Secret Wars in a Google search of images. So it just shows everything.
Yeah.
Maybe he's talking about the original color on the original cover.
Yeah, like I said, that would have been done on like a photostat with coding for these separators back in the day. And somebody would have colored the photostat with either markers, or I know a lot of people they were using the Dr. Martin's watercolor dyes back then. A lot of people did that too.
Z Collects is here, says hello everyone.
Hello, Collects. Is Zablo Collects maybe, huh?
He has himself a new name. Oh no, that'd be Stallone. There'd be a Stallone icon or something.
That's right, yeah. Yep. You are correct, sir.
Gomez Comic Collector. What's good, broski?
What's up, Gomez? Oh, one of Barbarian's friends, I see. or appears to be. I see them exchanging pleasantries.
So how's your diet been coming along?
Jared?
You.
Oh, am I supposed to be on one?
I thought you were getting back on one Monday.
It's not Monday yet.
I thought you meant last Monday.
I mean every Monday. The kid's burger day kills me. Actually, I was doing pretty good, but then there were a couple days where I went too far. As that didn't sound right. I went too far. I went too long without eating, and I had a few things I shouldn't, and then I was just like, oh, that killed that.
Well, Gomez Comic Collector says, "Love the art, broski. Looks like it's going to be a beautiful cap."
I hope so. And got a companion Red Skull coming up. Probably we'll do that tomorrow. Might even live stream it. But Ron, I'm sure you'll be at work.
Well, like today, just got to cover the hospital.
So that means you don't have to go in?
Oh no, I have to go in to see everybody at the hospital.
Oh, you just got out whenever you see your last person?
Yep.
And of course, that can go good or that can take long.
Yep. It's the holiday weekend. Nobody wants to go to the hospital, so hopefully it'll be nice and quiet. It's after the holiday they all come in.
That's true. I didn't think
Sean
about
says,
that.
"John, did you work on the cover for Comics Feature 29?"
Comics Feature 29. I would have to see it because I don't know what it is. Comics Feature? I think I remember that. That was like a magazine size zine, I think. I believe.
1984, and that looks like they just took Secret Wars #1 cover. So yes.
Yeah.
Sean said, "It's the original Secret Wars 1 cover. Looks painted."
Oh, yeah, I have no idea who would have painted it, though, I don't think.
That's too good. Barbarian said he just found another of your Nom covers the other day. Great stuff.
Thank you, sir.
All right, your Secret Wars cover. Wolverine, his eyes are just pure white. Now, the other day on Neil's stream, they're talking about Batman and eyes being pure white versus pupils drawn in. What's your opinion? For both characters.
I particularly, I don't like it. I mean, I'm trying to think because now I know Neil would sometimes put the eyes in and sometimes not, I think. But I think he was fairly consistent in a sense with it. And I'm also wondering, see, the weird thing is when you draw in the eyes and then you color the rest just all white, it kind of looks bizarre, you know? So I've never given that much thought, except I think Steve Ditko did it once with Spider-Man, where he put the pupils kind of in the eyes where the, white would be.
On the suit?
Yeah. Or was it McFarlane? Can't remember now. I'm so confused. Somebody help me.
Okay, yeah. Looks like Ditko in Amazing Fantasy number 15.
Did you find the panel?
I just Googled it, and it was several panels.
It's kind of bizarre.
There's a good reason I didn't know that. I've never even seen one in real life. Newark, no, it's not Newark. It's New York art. Hey, John.
Yeah. Hey, George. Glad to see you tuning in. Appreciate it. I met Kiwi in New York through box office artist James Reyes's Patreon.
All right. Barbarian says, every time I see Captain America now, I think of Paul Rudd as Ant-Man in the Civil War movie and how awkward he was when talking to Captain America. It just cracks him up. So have you seen the new Batman trailer?
Yes, I actually like it.
Anything in particular you like?
Visually, I think it's very nice. I think it's dark, but if I remember correctly, they're not going for what is that gritty style like that. It's like seems like every DC movie had to be shot in the same, Frank Miller's 300, whatever that technique was. It seems like they latched onto that and tried to force all their movies to have that grit look. I'm not sure what it's called, but it's a specific way that they, it just looks grainy. But I think the dark and the light that they have going on is pretty effective.
Well, Joe 47771 says, I think I will like Selena Kyle. I think I'm there with you, Joe.
Yep.
Barbarian says, have you seen the new Batmobile? It looks like a muscle car.
Yes.
I think because he took a muscle car, right? Was it a Challenger or Charger?
I can't recall, but
kind of looked like a 70s.
Oh yeah,
Charger.
yeah. That's what it should be. Should be like the Dukes of Hazzard style / Fast and Furious Charger, like a 70,
but kind of tanked up.
Yep.
Yeah. Now, one of the angles in the trailer, it's an upshot where you kind of just see his boots and he's walking in or something. And it just had a very detective feeling to it. And I think that that'd be cool for them to explore more of the detective aspect of it.
That would be good. Yeah, I agree with that.
And just pray there's not another origin story.
Yeah. Well, if they do it quickly. You know, if they don't spend half of the movie on the origin. Which you know.
Now, did you see the new Wonder Woman trailer?
I've seen one. I don't know if it's the new one.
Well, it'll probably work. What was your thoughts there?
I like it a lot. I like anything from the 80s.
Yeah. Particularly 84.
That was a good year. Well, it was a good year and a bad year.
Well, Mr. Gorell's here. He asked Barbarian, "Did you get me another one?"
See, now he spoiled his surprise, right?
Yes. Barbarian said, No. You won't even open the art you already have."
Oh, that's hysterical.
What do you mean he won't open it? He won't even take it out of the box? And you just you handed him the gift. "Here, I got you this awesome thing." And he's like, "Thanks."
Thanks.
Toss
I'll
it
open
on.
it later.
I'll open it later and toss it on the bookshelf, and there it remains. Mr. G. He's just angry it wasn't the Secret Wars recreation you just did.
Oh.
If it's not twice up, I don't want it. Mr. G says, "Your art is behind him on every show, displayed proudly."
Oh, very nice.
Apparently, Barbarian bought him a gag art gift. I'm kind of curious what the gag art was.
He hasn't opened it yet. Unless I got my my people reversed. Then maybe he has opened it. Now, if I remember correctly, Jork, if he's still here, he's over in the Philippines, so it would be
Early morning.
Yeah, 5:21 is what I'm showing in the AM. Oops. Joe comes in with a comment.
All right, so I want
Indeed.
to ask you about artistic plagiarism in the industry, but I don't know if that's a topic you want to discuss right now. You know what I'm talking about?
The thing that's been going on recently,
Yeah,
or I mean, like, well, it's been going on a long time, but
a long time, but again, in headlines.
right. Yeah, we can have a discussion if other people can join in too.
Well, back to the gag gift. Barbarian said it's only a gag if it's bad, and you won't know until you open it. So apparently, it is not opened. Mr. G, what do you suspect is in there? Why will you not open his gift?
He's waiting 72 hours.
Oh, it's been well over that.
72.
Waiting
He's waiting 72 days.
72 years. He wants it to decompose first. So with the industry having known certain people have been called out before for tracing and replicating others' arts.
No, stop it.
Stop what?
That doesn't happen, does it?
Is it just more important to be fast than be on time?
I don't think so. I think it's I think you're allowed to use reference. I think out and out tracing another artist's work and putting your name on it is not in good taste. However, having said that, I just recreated a Secret Wars 1 cover, which I originally inked, and I do have the blessings of one Michael J. Zeck, who penciled it, to go ahead and do that. Now, that's a little bit different, I think, in a sense, the recreation thing that I did.
Oh yeah.
So
Najoric has to go. He has school tomorrow. It was
all
fun
right, man.
seeing you.
Thanks for stopping by, and I will see you on James's stream, I'm sure. Take care.
So you were saying?
I was saying, yeah, I just think if you literally line for line trace another artist's work knowingly is the key thing. Of course, how else would you do it, right? That it's, there's definitely some morality that you need to check. If Zablo was here, I'd let him tell you about morals. Maybe not.
Where is Zablo?
He's retired, He's probably sacked out on the couch.
Well, Sean wanted us to just say who it was. And then he said he still can't believe that Mike still talks to you.
That's funny.
Joe said it usually comes down to referencing your work.
Yeah. I mean, look, when I got into business, we didn't have the internet. We didn't have Google. We didn't have all these great ways of finding visual reference. And with that, I mean, like, if I got an assignment, well, I'll take the nom, for instance. I got to ink the nom, and even though Golden drew the stuff like incredibly tight, I still wanted to have that reference with me so that I could understand what he was drawing. And I wasn't always successful because of his his understanding of it, but at least I wanted to, you know, have that photograph so I could look and go, oh, okay, this is what he's drawing, and he's drawn it very well. Now I have to ink it and hopefully do it justice. So stuff like that, that's, that's fine. But, I think we're on the subject of, I think we're basically, we'll talk about it directly, is the Aliens cover that Greg Land has been accused of swiping from, I forget the artist's name.
Tristan?
Do you know Tristan Jones, I think?
Something like that.
I think it's Tristan Jones. I think that's his last name. And it's just become so commonplace that I don't know, Greg. It's become so commonplace that he does it that I was actually kind of surprised that Tristan called him out. I mean, it doesn't seem like anything ever becomes of it. So I don't know. I don't like it. I wouldn't do it myself. I wouldn't claim that it was mine. I wouldn't call it mine. It goes down to the fan level. As far as that's concerned, there was one guy that used to go around to the conventions selling prints. Now I won't mention his name because I don't know whatever became of it, and I don't want to get in any legal trouble. And I don't think the Greg Land Tristan Jones thing would cause any of that, because that's been very prevalent, as you said, Ron.
It's all over the place.
Yeah, it's been all over. And no, I don't think Greg's addressed it. I don't think Marvel. Is Marvel got the Alien property now?
Oh,
I know Dark Horse used to have it.
Yeah.
I think Marvel has it now, and that's who's putting out an omnibus of the work. But regardless, I think that I know a little bit, that I let's just say I know better than to do it. Some people, I think, know better, but they don't care.
Well, Zeck said it's a huge difference for sure from what you do or have done. They don't even compare.
Right. And I was trying to, I mean, I reference other people's work all the time. When I get stuck, I will look for, characters that I've never drawn, for instance, and I'll see how other people have interpreted them. And usually what I find out is there is no one real interpretation, at least not these days. I think it used to be a little more handled. Like Peter Parker, you used to, if you turned in pages to Marvel with Peter Parker on them, they wanted it to have that Romita feel of Peter Parker. And if it didn't, well, guess what? They got redrew by guess who? Romita. Because he was, at the time, he was in the bullpen doing art corrections. So if you look at Secret Wars number 12, Doom Unmasked, that is a John Romita redrawn face.
Well, Genome's here. He says, well, a hearty greeting to ye, me fine mateys.
Heidi ho, Mr. Genome.
Barbarian, as a tattoo artist, I use reference for everything that isn't an original. Then I use the originals as reference. but even with the reference, every piece turns out unique.
Right.
Joe says it's the same. It's true with music.
I agree. Although with music, there, I forget exactly when it started. Wasn't it with Run DMC and one song they did? Was it the David Bowie song? And it went to court, and it was the sampling was allowed or something.
I don't know how that works.
No, I don't either. I'm just saying in general, it was kind of ruled that you don't use the whole song. If you use a riff or something, then there's this like weird. It's really weird. To me, it's really weird that you can use the hook, so to speak, of a song.
Uh-huh.
Like Vanilla Ice and Ice Ice Baby. That's the Under Pressure. And
well, didn't he actually get in trouble for that one though?
I don't know. They're still playing it, and he made a lot of money off of that song. Now, I don't. He's not really around anymore, so to speak, other than doing goofy stuff, maybe joking on himself, but still.
He just wanted you to stop, collaborate, and listen. That was it. Genome says Ramita added Spidey to Silver Surfer number 14, while Big John Beatty handled the rest of the cover.
To which one?
Big John B. Is he
Buscema.
You
okay.
or Buscema?
Yeah, that's why I was asking. I thought he was talking about me for a minute too there.
Too many John B's.
That's true.
It was Play That Funky Music, and yes, he got sued.
Who did?
Barbarian said it was Play That Funky Music, and yes, he got sued.
Who? What?
Probably, was it Run DMC we were talking about?
Yeah, but I think that opened up the lawsuits for other people that it eventually, songs are still being sampled, I think, today. So I think there's some sort of
it was Vanilla Ice.
I did not know that he sampled what the other song.
I didn't. What song was that on, Barbarian? Play That Funky Music. What was Vanilla Ice's version? Joe wants to know, do you know Bart Sears? He has an original page of his from Captain America.
Yes, I do know. I do know Bart.
Oh, Barbarian said that was the song. Play That Funky Music. Okay.
Oh, what did he do? The whole song?
We're going to have some Googling later.
Because that would be a cover, right? I mean, you have to pay on that.
What Genome said. George Harrison spent almost 20 years in court fighting a lawsuit for My Sweet Lord. Barbarian's been summoned to eat, so he says later.
Later, Barbarian.
He's thanking his crew for being here.
Thank you, crew.
And you got a cover for them coming up, don't you?
I have a drawing.
A drawing, yeah. She-Hulk, right?
Yes. That got to get the details ironed out.
I don't know if there was more details. I think it was just do She-Hulk, knock yourself out. Because they didn't have any particular pose.
No, but it was a matter of, was I going to do it live on the show or just do it? Because I am having my cataract surgery, as far as I know, this month. I have an appointment to see the eye doctor again on the 11th, just as a general checkup for him to look at everything. And then Monday the 14th, they take measurements and do all the stuff they need to do post or pre-op. And then I have to the 23rd before first surgery. A little nervous about that. Going to have to do something about my anxiety. Although since I've had laser eye surgery before, I think it should kind of be kind of similar.
Oh, it's Z Collects says, yeah, I go crazy on the She-Hulk Run Wild. I'm the winner of that print.
Oh, okay. Well, congratulations. And sorry it's taken so long, but this year has been kind of a, you can say that about every year, probably, right, Ron? Every year there's something. Maybe not as big as this year, but
this year was a little extra. And he is getting weekly reminders from me, Z Collects, on that and a few other things. So don't worry, I will not let him forget. I don't care if you can't see John. Ink. And Z said it's all good, at least if you could provide a video of you inking it, he'd be pretty happy with it. But I think that's what you're going to hash out with Barbarian and doing it live or recording.
Yeah, because they usually go 11, on,
don't they?
Yeah, they go on a lot later than I'm.
Don't they know we're old?
Well, one of us is.
Hey.
One of us just acts older than he is. and in a bad way. He acts older than Zablo. Boy, that's sad, right?
Well, I'm still working.
True. Oh, man, that retirement's going to kill me. He's got too much spare time just to, troll and find stuff and then text it to me and go, hey, did you see this? Or isn't this cool? And I'm like, no, it's not. It's like I send it in an email. Don't text it.
I like his excitement about that thing he's working on, though. He's really into it.
Great. I do too. I don't mind that part. It's the other little things that he finds along the way. From when we were 17 and 18, 19, back when fandom was different. And it's like he'll see somebody posted something from way back when, and Then he wants to, it's like Bruce Springsteen, Glory Days. And I'm like, that's all well and fine, but I'm not retired. You are. I'll remember that stuff later.
Well, Joe wants to make sure you know that he wants you to have a good surgery, and you'll do great.
Oh, I appreciate it. I back in 92, 93, I had laser surgery in both of my eyes for lattice of the retina. And so I've had some dealings with laser stuff. It's just I don't know. I know they're going to have something to hold my eye open, and it's the whole thing that it is my eyes.
Well, Mike wants to know, do people actually win on here? Mike Cross.
Only if they enter.
Ken says, hey, John. Mike says, Zablo is quite the old man.
Hey, Ken, and yes, Michael. Michael. I'm calling Mike Cross Michael. Yes, Mike, you are correct, sir.
And Gino wants you to remember that comic pros never get old. They just wind down their last years in debtor's prison.
Well, I'd be afraid if there was a debtor's prison, but since Dave Ramsey tells me different, I believe in the Dave.
Lloyd is here. Says hello, John and everyone.
Hello, Lloyd.
Lloyd Del Ricard.
Mr. Del Ricard.
Wait,
when I had Jacob on
surgery?
here, Lloyd. Huh?
Mike Cross said, wait, surgery? Eyes and not the boob job?
Well, yeah. I need my eyes more than boobs.
I think he's talking about reduction, not augmentation.
Yeah, so do I. I need those boobs. You just wait till we see Mike Cross at Heroes Con.
Yep. Is Mike driving or flying to Heroes Con?
Oh, I know he wishes he could drive. But being from the Great White North, that would be a what would that be? Like probably a 3-day drive from where he's at, or it's long. It's a long plane flight. He's up in Nova Scotia, eh?
Yeah.
So he's way up there, I believe.
Yeah, it'd probably be 2.5 at least. 2 days. I mean, if he drives really long days. Well, Ken said he just got a Bagley Spider-Man sketch that he needs inked. So, Ken, you've got the email address. Just shoot us a message. Metarog says, hi, Mr. Beatty. Almost at 500. Early congrats.
Yes, thank you, Raj. Or Roger. Thanks for stopping by. This one seems like it's about drying out. I used this on the Captain America I did the other day for YouTube for my sketch therapy video. And I've used it on a few other pieces. But that's okay because I'm almost done with some of these areas that I actually need to continue to use it. I will open up a new one. Oh,
Mike said, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I've noticed I've got 2 new subs since I've been on. Can you verify that, Ron?
Can I verify that?
I got notifications, so
I heard that notification.
and I'd like to thank the new subscribers for joining in. Thank you very much.
Yeah, so Cross said he had laser stuff done a bit back. Bothered him a couple days, but wasn't anything to sweat over. He said, you got this.
Well, what did he have done? Because like I said, in 92, 90, I think at 93, I had pretty extensive laser surgery on both my eyes.
Sean said Heroes is worth the trip. He's glad he got to go at least once.
Sean's nervous about Heroes. Oh, wait a minute. Did you notice what I did, Ron? Remember I said that one was drying out?
Mm-hmm.
I just realized I put it down to get another pen and I wasn't using this one. I had been using the one right next to it, an older one. So the mystery is solved.
Yay. Mike
Sean knows that I steered him right about Heroes Con. And you too, brother.
Absolutely. Hopefully he'll make it down to next year's. So Mike said it's going to be at least a 2-day journey if he does 11 hours each day.
Whoa. No way for me. Not unless somebody else would be driving.
So I made it from St. Lawrence basically to Ocala in 16 hours, but that was...
Yeah, but you drive 100 and something miles an hour, Ron.
Yes, I had the Trans Am. It was awesome. I got to Florida and I didn't see any cops anywhere, and everybody was driving so fast down here compared to up north, and it was like, this is amazing.
And then 10 minutes later, you saw a cop in your rearview mirror.
Nope, not that day.
You've seen a few since.
Oh, yes.
Said hello to a couple of them, I believe, also.
So Genome says, well, if you're embarrassed about the pen mix-up there, wait till someone tells you that you've been drawing Cap on a Batman sketch cover. Cataracts 1, JB 0.
No, actually, the up-close vision is okay. It's probably the 2 feet past that is like, boom. Is not fun.
2 feet past that, he can't see.
Yeah, like 2 feet out, I'm hurting.
That's how we do it down here in Florida.
That's what, the speed?
Oh, driving, speed, cataracts, whatever.
Oh. That's what happens when you get old.
Mike said he had a retinal tear that they lasered up.
Yep. The lattice of the retina is what I had in both eyes, which I found that very unusual. And it was out of my field of vision, so I did not know what was going on. I thought I went into this. That's what actually got me to know the difference between an ophthalmologist and an optometrist. I didn't even know. I was just going to an eye doctor, and he looked in, and when he said that, like in the first eye, man, you talk about underarm stains. And then when he checked the other eye, and he told me I had it there too. It was not a good day. Not a good day.
So I can totally see your forehead. Not now that you moved it.
Yeah, it peeks in every now and again.
I see that green hair dye didn't take.
Oh boy. What did Jacob do to me now? Is he dyeing my hair colors while I sleep?
That would be fun.
For who?
Well, I guess for me. Not for him, and he would not, because he knows, do not bite the hand that literally feeds him.
That's right. I don't know. He might think, he'd be like, that was a good prank, right, Daddy? I would say only if you did it to Mom.
Did you get the Michael's 50% off coupon?
No, I did not.
Came in the mail. I didn't get anything on the app.
Well, in the paper, they just had a 20%. I don't know. Michael's is they went 40% for a while, and then they cut back to 20.
Mike wants to know if you're getting comp copies of the new Epic Collection cap of your run with Zeck.
Oh yeah, I'm sure I'm gonna have a box full of them. I'll be lucky if I get one. And what they do is Marvel sends over, and I hope I get one, because if not, then I probably won't get one. What they do is Marvel sends a note over to Midtown Comics in New York, and Midtown pulls a copy and sends it to me.
So Genome says, I have an actual question. Was there much difference in the work cultures at Marvel and DC when you worked at them?
What was the question again?
Was there much difference in the work cultures between Marvel and DC when you worked there?
Oh yeah, Marvel was much more, they got stuff done, but they also knew how to have a lot of fun. And DC was more all business. Marvel was more like literally doing comics with your buddies, like getting a group of friends together and being creative and having fun and laughing. And at DC, it always felt like, well, the difference also was you would go into, say you went into Marvel Comics, and the editors would be dressed casually, like t-shirt, jeans. Shooter, he was the editor-in-chief when I was there. He always wore a suit, being editor-in-chief, because he would have to have meetings with the people upstairs. But the editors, some of them would wear button shirts and, jeans, tucked in stuff. They weren't running around sloppy, but much more casual. You go over to DC, man, and everyone seemed to be suited up and just all about the business. So definite big difference. And I might add, it always seemed that whenever DC would get a bit of gain a little ground on Marvel as far as market share, they wouldn't know what to do. They would kind of mimic what Marvel was doing, and they would have some success, and they would get like where they could become number one, but they wouldn't know what to do. They didn't know how to finish. They didn't know how to get over the finish line and take the lead and keep the lead.
Boat writes here. He says, "Hey, John," in chat.
Hey, Boat, thanks for showing up. Appreciate you coming out and supporting the channel.
So Mike said, "Hey, Thomas, I love your work also." And then Joe said, "Pot?" ? And I don't know if he's asking if they smoked that there or if they used it for cooking.
I don't know what that question means either. Pot ? Did I mention pot?
No.
I guess we'll have to wait and see if he follows up. Or maybe he just mistyped into wrong chat.
Maybe. It wasn't a question as if it was an offering. Like,
yeah, right.
pot?
Never know.
Now we'll just say no thank you, but we could recommend a doctor on the 4th floor of the Crest building.
Do what now?
I said we could recommend a doctor on the 4th floor of the Crest building for you.
There you go. Couple of them.
Couple? There's a couple in there now?
Yeah, there were always were.
Oh, they both did that? I only knew about the one, I think.
Angelic Lift and then Dr. MJ.
Yes, Dr. MJ.
You can rent my old studio office out unless I did see it. I thought it was rented out, and maybe the person didn't follow through because I see it's available.
I heard that place has a nice paint job.
It has a wonderful paint job. Somebody that knew how to roll the walls painted that.
Well, Mandalorian season 2 will premiere October 30th. Did you watch the first season?
What do you think?
No, because you don't like Star Wars.
You know, I think I might watch that because I've heard you don't have to you don't have to really be up on your Star Wars, right? Nah. I mean, I'm sure it helps, but I don't think you have to be like I'm just assuming here. Kind of getting scared assuming.
Well, Brad Bowers is here, late to the stream. Is this a sketch of Bucky Cap?
Is this what?
A sketch of Bucky Cap.
No. This is Cap.
It's Cap. AG is here, says, "Hey, John and everyone."
AG, how's it going, my man?
And Sean says, "Gotta watch Mondo."
Thanks, Brad. Brad did a sketch therapy style, you know, getting it done with a time limit put on himself.
Boat said, I'm sorry.
I just said and posted it and tagged me. So
Sean wanted to know what is wrong with you, and Boatwright said Mandalorian is really good. Definitely give it a try, John.
Oh, I will. What's wrong with me is I get up too early and I go to bed early, and I'm tired. I've been trying to watch this stupid movie on Netflix all day while I was penciling this out, called All In. It's some game about this loser gambler. I looked up chess at first to see if there was any movies about chess. That's how exciting. Uh, couldn't find anything, so I thought, poker. Because I used to love watching the World Series of Poker, and then they I didn't mind when they had the tour, but then it got to be like every night poker was on, and it kind of like killed the just like everything, it was popular. I think it got killed due to oversaturation. Um, so point being is I just, I was looking for a good like card movie or something. So there's this one called All In, and it is what it is, which is not great, but it's not over yet. But it's got enough going on to keep me occupied. And it's one of those movies I can listen to and not really have to watch that much. Whereas if I watch Mandalorian or something like that, I really want to see it. I don't want to just kind of listen and work.
Well, Brad said he did a Thor in 2 hours.
Yeah, that was good.
Mike Cross said Mandalorian is basically a Western.
Well, I should like that. By the way, Ron, did you ever watch any more of those spaghetti westerns?
I found, hold on a minute, what was the name of it? The Wild Bunch. And so now I just need to take the time to watch it.
But you never watched Josie Wales, which I don't consider a spaghetti western, but just
I didn't watch that one because they wanted $2.99 for it, and I was like, nope, I'll find it for free eventually.
You could borrow my disc of it.
I will do that
if I can find it.
It's probably next to Sniper.
It's
a good movie if you ever want to watch it.
Yeah.
Genome said, chess. John, we could shoot some vids about our epic piece exchanges. But if you like chess videos, give a Gadmator a try. My fave on YouTube.
And Joe is using a hashtag pot. I don't know. I have no idea.
Z Collect said World Poker Tour, Celebrity Lounge, Late Night, International. Then every gambling company has their own show.
Yep, that's true.
And Genome, I did watch The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly because it was on Netflix. So yes. But apparently that was a trilogy, I learned. Oh, the guy Genome was mentioning, I don't know how to pronounce that, a Gadmator. He's a Croatian chess guy, really great breakdowns, and he finds them entertaining.
I have no idea.
Yeah. Barbarian is back. He says, I'm so full, I ate a baby.
Wow, I believe him. Barbarians have been known to do that.
So Genome said, yeah, The Good and the Bad and the Ugly was the last in a trilogy with the Man with No Name trilogy.
Yes, indeed.
Kaz wants to know, is this live?
Yes, Kaz. Welcome to the show. You have caught us live. That didn't sound right.
Joe's spinning some vinyl watching you.
All right.
The gray man says, hey folks.
Gray Man.
Artist Av says, glad to see you live, John.
Hey, Artist Av. Thanks for the retweets. Appreciate it. Ron, are you following Artist Av on Twitter?
I'm not.
He retweets a lot of artist stuff and stuff that you might miss, so you might want to consider giving him a follow. So, Dr. Kaz, how are you doing? If you're in an earshot.
Now, is Artist Av at Julie Kirsting?
Not that I know of. He's in the room, I believe, so should be able to tell you. I think it's just artist-av.
Well, Kaz said, hey, John, awesome to hear. And he misses you.
Yeah, gonna have some cataract surgery this month, so once I get that taken care of, I'll be doing quite a bit more. That's the plan, at least. That is the plan. And if Kaz is listening, I got some mailing to do, and I've been thinking I may as well get the pieces I'm just sitting on of his in the mail, and then mail his other commissions that I finish later. That way he can at least get some of what I've done for him either up on his walls. So he'll save some space for me and not just Gerald and Mark. Ha ha ha!
Hey, Joe wants to know: is this Captain a commission or is it for sale?
No, it is a commission. 'Tis a commission, Joe, but I appreciate you asking. Thank you for the tweet, Artist Av. I'm actually, Ron, I was trying to decide. I want to continue with the sketch therapy series, and I'm contemplating what would be like. I want to probably do 2 a week. I mean, it could be more, but with editing and time and voiceover, and I got to do something. I got to figure out what was causing my sound to be so horrible. It would be not efficient use of my time to try to do one every day unless I had someone that could edit, and then I still got to do a voiceover on them because I can really concentrate if I'm not talking. I can get through stuff faster. So I just try to keep quiet during those. So also, having said that, it doesn't really help that sending it out for somebody to cut it up. That's not the hardest part of doing it. So, but I want to continue that series. I think it's important, and I think like I believe Brad in here, he's already picked up on it and done one, and I think there could be a community of people that we could grow. They get frustrated and try to be perfect, and we all need to realize that I think perfection is it's something that and as a creative yourself, Ron, we all highly criticize our own work, and other people don't see the mistakes we see. And so my point kind of being is some people are going to see perfect drawings, and if I see all my mistakes and just dwell on those, I'm not going to get anything done. Which I know you've told me before. But it takes a while to beat sense in this old dog's head.
Yeah. Well, with sending out Kaz's package, he says, "No rush, it's your call." So an hour later, he's very easygoing. Joe said, "This is a beautiful piece already. Artist Av loves your work, and he doesn't mind time-lapsing videos for you. Kaz also recommends sketch therapy." And AG wants to know, was the finished Secret Wars recreation posted somewhere? And it was on Twitter.
Yes, on Twitter, AG.
He doesn't have a Twitter, does he, though? Or is it Facebook?
I don't think he does have a Twitter, but I believe I think I can get the link to it and post it, and I think it'll let AG see it. Let me see. I unpinned that to pin something else, and okay, so here it is. And let's see. Actually, this might work better. Let me post this in the chat. This takes you right to the picture. Or it should. All right. Hopefully this is ready for erasing. Let me know if that works for you, AG.
Now,
And anybody else.
Sean said everyone got the free Black Panther comics, right? And I don't know what you're talking about, Sean. No. Free Black Panther comics?
Yep, all of them. Sean, I think you can post a link if you want. I didn't pick up I haven't done it yet. I don't know if they're going through till tomorrow or not. I want the old Kirby stuff, really. I have some of the newer stuff, so I'm not really that interested in picking up that because I already have it.
What are you talking about?
On Comixology, they have they're giving away free all the Black Panther storylines and stuff.
Nice. Thank you, sir.
I'm surprised you didn't see that, Ron. That's well, I know you've been busy. It's been on.
Go ahead.
Huh?
Well, I've been busy and avoiding Twitter, I guess, for the last few days. I see that, Sean. Thank you.
I do know that some people were stating that you can literally add to cart, and some people when they were doing checkout, it was the site was crashing. Only for the fact that so many people were trying to download, I'm sure.
Well, Brad said he loves the Secret Wars cover. You and Mike Zeck are up there with Byrne and Austin.
Well, thank you. Is my head creeping in?
It is a little bit. We're getting to admire your tuft of hair.
Yeah, it's gotten thinner. At least it's still there, but
Joe wants to know, are you going to add a touch of blue to this piece?
no. Strictly black and white on this one. Oh. Thank you, Dr. Kaz. Much appreciated it. You're quite a patron, sir. And I will, by the way, Dr. Kaz, when your watercolor commissions come up, those I will let you know when I am streaming them. It may even be a private stream because watercolor takes a little bit longer, at least for me. And if you want to watch, then that could be something kind of cool. During the dry time, right, Ron? When you're, although I could bring out the hair dryer.
You do have the hair dryer.
I have it right here. The new drink, Dr. Kaz. LaCroix got booted out, and a new sparkling water called Spindrift. I turned Ron on to it. The lemon is phenomenal. I've tried the other flavors except for grapefruit due to my blood pressure medication. It's just sparkling water with real fruit, and the lemon is fantastic, right, Ron?
It is strong. It's real lemon. No
But
joke about
strong
that.
in a good way.
Yeah.
Very refreshing.
Genome said blue hair dryer. Is that a reference for Cyclops?
Yeah. Now, see, I'm getting this ready for just all the blacks to be filled in, which to me is like visually a boring part. But speaking of Genome, he actually likes it, and some people do because they find it very relaxing and zen-like. Which, okay. I kind of get it. I've watched people before, and when they get to that part, you just kind of start drooling and watch, just like mindless, But I get it. There is something. What is that? SRM or whatever?
Oh, that whispering stuff? I don't know.
Yeah, but it's more of a mind. It just relaxes you. Like I said, I believe that is why the lo-fi beats and sketching is so popular, because watching someone draw, uh, and just having music that's soothing, not death metal like Ron would like, but
It's soothing.
Ron says death metal is soothing. That soothes you, right, Ron?
I'm gonna send you over some Cradle of Filth.
See, that just sounds horrible. Sounds
Kaz
like
says, go ahead.
I was just gonna say it sounds like gore or something,
Guar. Oh, they were fantastic too.
So what did Kaz say?
Watch. I'm driving down, sleeping on your couch, and watching my watercolor live.
Oh, hey. Bring your toolkit.
His toolkit fits in his pocket. That little puncher thing.
Oh, that thing felt good.
It has a scientific name, but I'm calling it the puncher thing.
That thumper thing, like behind my shoulder, that thing felt good. Oh, man.
And then Renee rolls her eyes, but then sits down and asks for him to do it for like an hour.
Yeah, exactly. A whole, can you just do that the rest of the show?
Genome says, I could watch you fill in blacks and ink wash for hours. Sean said, Cradle of Filth has no melody.
Kids, come on. I don't know what you young ones are talking about.
I remember staying up late to listen to that because it was broadcasted out of a channel out of Montreal. I think it was like 89.1, and it was from 11 p.m. to 1 a.m. And the first album of theirs I heard was Dusk in Her Embrace. It was really good.
I know nothing about this.
Kaz on wheels.
I like that.
Get a light on top of his car.
Yeah.
The Gray Man wants to know, how did we get onto Cradle of Filth?
How do you get on the like on your playlist, Ron?
No, I think the topic. I think he's intrigued.
Oh. That's funny. Okay, I misunderstood. I thought like people were now wondering, hey, can I have some of that?
He's just a fan of Danny.
All right. I think I'm at that point. I just looked at this. This top lip looks funny. It almost looks like a mustache because the other blacks aren't filled in around his mouth yet. Now you can't not see it, right? Maybe. I don't know. That's all I can see now is, so I'm going to start with this and fill it in because it's bothering me when I look at the monitor. See, Genome is now getting in a very relaxed state. My coffee has hit the level of undrinkable. Not that I had that much left, but I took a sip just about a couple minutes ago, and boy, oof. Jacob would still like it.
The Gray Man says, if you want to hear some cool heavy metal tunes, check out my podcast.
Well, what is your podcast? He's going to say, it's the Gray Man podcast. Feel free to plug away, Gray Man. Now, see, that makes me feel so much better seeing that on the monitor with the blacks filled in and the teeth and tongue. High Speed Hangover. Wow, I like that. That's a good name. High Speed Hangover. Ron, that might be right up your alley. Except for the hangover part, but the high speed?
Oh, yeah. I pulled it up and will check it out later. I'll leave this webpage open. Today was his 362nd show.
Consecutive, or are you doing it daily or weekly? That's a good amount. Either way.
Mm-hmm. Weekly.
Wow. Nice. Congratulations. Boy, I tell you, it's been fun doing this today. We got a lot of people that I haven't seen. A lot of friends here today. I guess the timing was right. Of course, I haven't been actually the Stream King lately. I do miss the early morning shows. I do miss those. You got to admit, guys. Those of you who remember the 7 a.m. starts?
Yes.
Kaz was there. Ron was there. Joe, Don, AG. AG would always come in a little late, but he's Central Time, I think. So and as you guys convinced me to go longer and longer, it started out, I think the first two were like an hour, and then it was just like 4 hours later. Little did I know there were ulterior motives. Not by me, but actually, I think the longest one was the well, not the longest one, but the first of the long one was the Mr. Freeze you got, right, Ron?
Yeah.
Because I was going to finish it off stream, and I said,
Nope.
because, you know,
Keep
you guys
going.
are probably tired, and everyone was like, oh, no.
Yeah, no, we're working. You're entertaining us at work.
I know. Everybody had their phone, their device in their pocket with an earbud up to their ear. And then they would check in every now and again. You know, it was my belief, and I think it was true, that no other artist was going to have a 7 a.m. stream.
You weren't having any competition.
Yeah, but it also, you know, the viewing was, it became a nice knit little community. And I gained a lot of friends And when I went to conventions later that year and I stopped, people were like, wow, I really like your early. I was surprised. So many people, that had actually seen one and I got to talk to and stuff came up to me, and, we talked about it. Big fun. Big fun on the early morning show.
Well, Artist Ab said, take as long as you need. The more, the better. And in streaming, you often do take a piece from start to completion. Most of the time.
Yeah, I can usually say I'm going to stream for an hour and I'm on for 3. Or more. And my hosts start falling asleep on me.
Not if you bust the shows out at 4 in the afternoon. That was my real motive right there. I was like, no, stream right now. If you wait 1 more hour.
Wait, when I was doing them at 4 or not?
No.
To do them?
Tonight or this evening when you called.
Oh, yeah. Well, like I said, I kind of wanted to get another video out, and I was either just going to ink this and do a time lapse, or just do it live and hopefully get a crowd. And I see we're down to 8 people, but I think we're up to around 12 or 13. So I appreciate everybody that's come out.
Yeah, for sure.
Like I said, we saw a lot of good friends that we haven't had a chance to chat with in a while.
Joe said early morning means late night, right?
Yeah. Means about 9:30 bedtime. Because I get up at around anywhere between 4 and 5 a.m. Doesn't feel right if I'm not the first one up at the house here, Ron. I feel like I have to be awake when everybody else gets up, and I have to, little things like, I got to go down, get the paper for my mom, put it on the table so she can have it there with her coffee. Hopefully can get my shower before anybody else is up. Maybe, maybe get that toot sweet, and then the rest is just making sure everybody else is where they need to be on time. And with Jacob starting school back this week, that was quite the adventure. Pretty successful, I would say. And he gets tomorrow off. I asked Jacob, did his teacher mention that they had an off day Friday? And he said no. And I'm like, well, it's Labor Day. It's on the school calendar, but she didn't mention not to show up. So I'm sure it was something that was just an oversight. Although if I get an email in the morning, like for a link to his class or whatever, I'll be like, Jacob, you got to get up, get to class. He would not like that.
They're like, okay, you've missed enough school days this year already.
Hey, by the way, I will say this, for anybody interested, I have begun. Boy, that didn't. I need to really get my radio voice on, Ron. For those of you who want a nice strong brew in the morning, No.
We're not listening to AM radio.
Hey, everybody. This is Johnny Quick coming at you in the morning. That's being like Wolfman Jack almost. Man, he died young. You know, I thought he was older because when I saw him in American Graffiti, I'd always heard about him. And look, I know that movie was in what, 76? Same as Star Wars, or was it 75, 74? Anyway, I think he was only like in his late 40s then. But, you know, The Legend of Wolfman Jack, I thought this was like some old geezer.
Well, let's see. Age.
I think he died in like 51 or something. Like,
Born 1938, died 1995.
what age?
57.
Okay. But didn't he always seem older? I don't know. I you know, when I look up these people that died, or if I ask Siri their name and I get their Wikipedia page and I see that, wow, you know, they lived to be this age, and it's like what I would consider, now that I'm 59, very young. Kind of weirds me out. I believe today is Mike Zeck's birthday, September 6th. So let's wish Mike Zeck a happy birthday. It's like I turned 59 in May, and I'm like, great. So this year I turned 59 just so I can be in like this quarantine and COVID mess, just waiting to turn 60 and see what happens. But everybody's in it with me, so it's, well, not everybody. Some people just, I don't know. It's hard to, you know, even with structure in your life and stuff, it's hard for some reason. I don't know what it is. It's hard to maintain. Now, a professional schedule, I know you can maintain that pretty well, right, Ron?
Yep.
But a personal schedule, for some reason, just seems to like, it floats. You know what I mean? Maybe you don't. I don't know if I actually voiced that correctly or not, but or made it sound correct. But I guess my point is that it well, floating meaning that, you know, it's like, okay, I'm going to do this today, and then you wind up putting it off. I'll tell you what the weird thing is. Is it me, or does it seem like the days start off slow and they end fast?
The year goes by really fast is all I know.
Well, that happens as you get older, I found out.
How did you find out?
Like older. It's like 5 years is like, seems like about a year now. You know, when you're a kid, it's like, what do you look forward to? Christmas, right?
It
seems like it's your
forever.
birthday, Christmas, all that stuff. And it's like, you know, Jacob's always like, when is this? And I said, oh, it's months away. And he's like, but that's going to come fast, right? And I'm like, thinking to myself, well, not for him, but for me, it's going to come fast. I mean, we'll be doing our Black Friday Stallone drawing and our Cyber Monday Storm drawing before you know it.
That's right.
I hope you have that.
Oh, right. I'm taking it off.
I hope you have it off and unplug your phone.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you can actually unplug your phone though. I mean, I know you can. That's what I think I need to do when I do my next sketch therapy drawing, is just put my phone in airplane mode for an hour to an hour and a half. I mean, I've done it when I've flown places, you know.
Yeah. Well, Brad said, watching you ink makes me think I need to slow my inking way down. I have a tendency to rush through it, and it shows.
Well, I'll tell you what, Brad. I am slow in inking. I had to qualify that. I am Sam. No, I'm a slow inker. Um, Now, a lot of it is also due to carrying on a conversation, so my mind is not 100%. The Captain America drawing that I did on my sketch therapy was total time a little bit over an hour. And you saw that I did not give myself a lot of pencils to work with. I did it mostly in ink. I had not used, I still haven't to this day. The Copic work I did on it was very basic, although effective. So I don't have a lot of experience with Copics, especially working fast with them like I was. I just wanted to try that gray tone paper out, to tell the truth. And I wasn't even going to go that far with the markers. I just had got some new ones and I was like, well, let me try this. Let me, if I fail, I fail. It was recorded in private, so I never had to, could have deleted it off the computer, but it turned out okay. So, point being, speed is a factor, but here's my, okay, with the sketch therapy, that's like a brain dump for me. That's to get all the fear out. It's like a therapy thing. It really is therapy. It's Ron and I were talking about it, and that's when I told him, I said, I want to do this sketch therapy thing. And Ron said, that sounds like a great idea. So I bounced it off of Ron, and the next day I had time and I said, you know what? I'm just going to do this. I'm going to go for it. And there's a few episodes coming up where I'm going to recommend a few people that I listen to and that I look to for mindset, and also just the act of finishing something. To give you an example, Ron, how many Captain America sketches do you have that I rejected for one drawing for a guy? Is it 4?
Probably. It's a lot.
I think it is 4. I think the 5th one, I did 2 that were completed and I didn't like them. Certain little things I didn't like about them. The 3rd one I started and I stopped about halfway through, or maybe even sooner than halfway. The 4th one I completed, and then the 5th one was finally acceptable to me. Now, having said that, that was number one. Okay, I was being paid to do it, so I felt obligated to do the best job possible, which I always do. And I'm not going to give somebody a piece of work that I don't really want shown. So commissions will always get a little extra love. The sketch therapy is basically for me to build that speed, to build more confidence in myself. So that's what I hope it is for everybody. I hope that, the struggle is there. If there's enough interest, when I get my eyes fixed and don't need to strain too much and can see better, I might start a group where we just, like a Zoom meeting, and everybody can get out whatever sketching stuff they want, and we'll just set a clock for what I think I'm going to do is an hour with a half an hour of overtime if I need it.
Mm-hmm.
But the key thing I found out is in the drawing. When you get to the inking, if you got a solid drawing, you can take some shortcuts. And I did do that on the Captain America. You see the drawing, not this one, the sketch therapy one. I put some pencil down, but I never would do that less of pencil work for something I was going to do for a commission because I want to have more of it figured out. But I figured, this is not for anybody. If someone wants to buy it, that's fine. They can, they get to see the finished product. I think it turned out relatively good. And so my point being is I just need to practice done, not perfection. And I love that somebody put up the Vince Lombardi quote. That was Ken, I think. That if you strive for good or whatever, perfection is not quite insured, but it kind of follows. It will follow, or it can be, a result. And speaking of that, I think I just finished this.
That looks really good.
Yeah. Let's see if I can.
While you're admiring it, Genome said Wolfman Jack actually did some voice work for a coin-operated arcade game called DJ Boy. He can still hear it in his head after all these years.
I believe it.
The Gray Man said happy birthday to Mike, Zeck, who we were talking about. He said he turned the wrong side of 50 yesterday. The weeks fly by. He thinks it's Wednesday, and it's actually Friday.
I hear that.
Joe's looking forward to a week vacation every year. He would like to see a video where you finish in 10 minutes. And he says it looks good too.
That is something that James Reyes, the box office artist, does. I like his he does a drawing of the same character, 10 minutes, 1 minute, 10 seconds. And I told him, James, I'm going to swipe that. I'm going to swipe a few ideas from you. And he's like, go ahead. It's like, it's all fun, Mm-hmm. And I think that is actually a good exercise also, because it's amazing, really, sometimes when you put that timer on yourself, you can get a little, you have to kind of, 10 minutes is longer than you think. It's also shorter than you think. Big contradiction there, I understand. But if you can split your drawing up into, let's say, the first third or even half with the drawing, get that down solid. And the other half, if you already have in your mind how you're going to ink it, which might be simplistic and graphic, you can do a nice drawing in 10 minutes. I'll tell you who's a master at doing stuff like this is Chris Somney. He's got a YouTube channel, and I think it's just his name, Chris, Chris, Somney, Samnee. And he does they're little like sketches. They are small, but 8 to 10 minutes, and he's got a beautiful little finished piece of art. Very high contrast. That's his style. I love it. I think the minute one would be a lot tougher because you're only going to be very minimal. And then the 10-second one, you may as well just forget picking up a pencil. You just go right for the pen. Thank you, Artist Ab. Thank you, Brad. Thank you, Joe. Thanks for the compliments. If you haven't already, if you could give the stream a thumbs up, that helps the channel. If you haven't subscribed, please do. I invite you to subscribe. Help me get to that 500 mark, and I will owe 2 giveaways. 2, not just 1. And I know I had said the 400 giveaway would be a Captain America sketch comic. I've done a lot of Captain America. I did one for the sketch therapy for the first one because, as I noted in the video, if you haven't seen it, you might want to watch it. But I did say I think I chose Captain America because I'm familiar with him. I don't need to pull out any reference. I've drawn him a lot. So I took an easy one out on the first one. I don't, I have no problem with that. And then actually on 500, I was going to do a Red Skull, but this guy's getting a Captain America and a Red Skull. I don't want my channel just to become Captain America and Red Skull. Although, the Captain America one, I will probably still do that. The second one, instead of Red Skull, maybe what I'll do is take a vote, put a poll up, see what people want. The only character I have anxiety drawing is the Punisher. The reason being is I think Mike Zeck is the quintessential Punisher artist, and I can't compete with that. And that's my problem. I have a mental block because I try to do a Mike Zeck Punisher. It never looks like his. And I always feel like I fall short. Mike has a certain way. I think artists have a certain character that, like Joe Kubert, Sergeant Rock, and Enemy Ace, nobody draws those 2 characters quite like him. Same thing with the Punisher. I think Mike Zeck drew the definitive Punisher. I think he still does. I think there's other artists out there that draw wonderful Punishers, but when I see a Zeck Punisher, that to me is the look, because he took that character when nobody else did and showed it a lot of love and a lot of care. Everybody else that was drawing it never really gave him a distinctive look. And I think Mike pulled it off for the first time. And Ron has a very nice Punisher piece.
I sure do.
That I'm gonna have blue line ink because he's gonna do the pencils in ink frame jobs. I think I got 5 pieces to ink.
5, yeah.
And so I will get to those on a Ron Went stream jam when I do one of Ron's.
That is no rush.
Yes, but I'm just saying it's going to be fun for me because Mike is winding down. I don't know how many pieces of artwork Mike is going to be producing in the future. He's talking like if you got his newsletter today, he's pretty much, yeah. And I knew this. Mike and I talk. He's ready for retirement. Mike is ready for some rest and relaxation. So even his comic book convention appearances are going to be a little more relaxed on him. He's not going to push himself so hard. Even on me. Mike and I are known for getting there before show hours and staying until the show ends. And Ron was with me at a couple shows. Sean was with me at a couple shows. They know what a grind it is. It's long hours, let me tell you. And it's sketching in the room because you don't get it all done at the table, especially when you're doing a lot of signatures and chatting with fans and stuff, which is part of the experience. So you don't want to take that away from anybody. But, Mike's going to have, if he shows up a little late after doors open, he's got a little more time in the room, he'll be more rested. And it's a part of just a new convention. Well, I wouldn't call it a policy. Maybe that is the right word. He's not sure exactly yet, but he's made some decisions. So I'll just leave it at that. Joe, my comic book collection is not extensive at all. I have more blank sketch covers than anything.
That's true.
And Ron and I are still going to have to sort those out someday. I rely on Ron for a lot of stuff like that. Ron is a great organizational guy.
Which, when I do come next, I'm going to bring a long box, probably 2 of them, and some dividers, and we'll get
You think we need a long box? 2 of them? Or a couple of shorties?
It's a lot you have. We'll probably need 3 short boxes.
I would prefer the short boxes.
Okay.
Yes, Frank's hairline, Gino. He purposely made Frank's hairline receding, because it's a distinctive look. And for me, it's always the eyes. Same thing with Kubert, Sergeant Rock, and Enemy Ace. They had something about their eyes that is just something hard to capture. See, Z Collects knows what I'm talking about. Short boxes. And so does Joe. I see he up above said short boxes are better. And with my space constraints now, that's why I'm thinking short boxes. I don't know where you get these so-called boxes, Ron.
At my comic shop.
Yeah, I don't really have one around here, as you well know. I guess that's why you said you're bringing some.
Mm-hmm.
Because you do know the sad state of my area in comic stores. But, when you're not really collecting anything because there's not anything out there that interests you, it's on one hand, it's very sad. On the other hand, it's like, well, I don't have to go to the comic store every Wednesday and see what's on the stands like I used to. Okay, so I guess we will say our goodbyes and good nights and happy Labor Day weekend to everybody. Thank you again for showing up. I do appreciate it. If you have any questions, any other questions, follow-ups, I'll just hang out here. I know there's like a 7-second delay. See if anything rolls in. If not, Ron and I will say, what will we say, Ron?
Until next time.
Until next time. Which, if I get up tomorrow morning and get that Red Skull sketch cover that's going to match this. Now, should I have the Red Skull facing cap or just in a cool position too? I think I'll have it just in a cool position because they're not connecting,
Yeah.
These are going to be slabbed. So I'm thinking about putting my signature down here in the shield. I was going to put it here, but I think down here I got a nice area to fill with it.
Plus, Red Skull's smoking. You said, right?
Yes. I love doing the long cigarette holder with the cigarette with the ashes on it, you know. So maybe I will. I'll have to work on a sketch in the morning. If if all goes well, if we don't have any hiccups here at the Beatty household. Hey, good night, Brad. Thank you for showing up, and I do appreciate the tag on Twitter, and I think you subbed to my channel, so thank you again. I never have done I'm trying to remember if I've ever done like a word balloon coming out of a sketch cover. I think I may have put like somebody wanted it signed to them, and I think I did something like that. Like the character was saying to Joe, best regards, John Beatty and Captain America, or Captain America and John Beatty, something like that. So, all right. I guess we're going to call it, and I'm going to discuss a little business with Ron afterwards, if he's got a few minutes.
Yes,
and
I do.
Until then, everybody, we appreciate you. Take care, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye for now.